All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now, I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded anything, so we're gonna get right back into it. I've got some really cool Johnny Lightnings to show you guys, some kind of older stuff that has been found mostly at, I want to say at flea markets, but some of this stuff may be from eBay. I think this guy was from eBay, and one of these two were from eBay. This one I actually found at Target the other night, but we'll get to that later. First up, I have the 1970 Indianapolis Indy 500 2-pack. So we have the 1970 Olds 442 there, as well as another variation of Al Unser's Indy car, the Johnny Lightning Special. I know I just opened one of those, and I got another one by accident, I guess, from the autoworldstore.net or .com. I think it's .com. But so that is the third one of that Indy car now that I have. And then as well the 442. I have some other Indy 500 pace cars that are Olds 442s. None of them are yellow. I think I have like a 71 and a 72 maybe. But yeah, I don't have any of them like that. So maybe I'll bring some of my other Indy 500 stuff down when we get to that. Next up, we've got this, what is this? Joe Schubeck's Harry Olds. It's one of the showstoppers from the Johnny Lightning Showstoppers series. Twin engines in this thing. So if you can see, there's an engine in the front as well as an engine in the rear. And it comes with a little wheelie stand on there. This is a, oh God, what kind of car is that? It's not an F-85, is it? Maybe we'll figure it out in a little bit. It kind of looks like maybe an F-85 or something. Next up, we've got, this is a very beat up box. I think this did come from eBay. Yeah, there's a nice big fold in the card there. And this made me, this kind of made me laugh. There's a price tag on there still from KB Toys, $3.99. Back when you could get a Johnny Lightning for $3.99. Now they're like $10. But yeah, another Survivor. So again, the card on this one is pretty beat up, so I won't feel too guilty about opening that up. I know I got a comment on one of my recent videos about opening my more rare stuff, and I know, I'm an opener. The cards, they hold more value to me out of the package. You know, it is what it is. Some people like to collect their stuff and keep them in the box because it makes them, you know, it holds the value. To me, you know, like I always say, I never plan on reselling any of my stuff, so their value is, to me, their value is out of the package. So we will start getting them out of the package. We'll start off with this Indianapolis Indy 500 2-pack. So we'll get this guy opened up. All right, so here we have our 1970 Indianapolis Indy 500 winner, Al Unser Sr. I did pull down some of my other Johnny Lightning Indy 500 stuff. This isn't all of it, but these are, you know, some of the more closely related stuff. So real quick, before we get into these guys, I'll show you. This was the last 2-pack that we did. So this was the 1992, I believe, Indy 500 winner. This is Al Unser Jr. So this guy's son won in 1992 in this car. And that 2-pack came with the 1992 Cadillac Alante. Alante? Is it? This was an Alante, right? It says it on the bottom. Yes, Alante. And that was the pace car from 1992. So now we have the father of Al Unser Jr. here, 1970 Indy 500 winner in the Johnny Lightning Special. And then down on the bottom, we have the 1970 pace car. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first off, what a really, really, really cool casting. I will grab this guy real quick. This was the Trivial Pursuit variation that I just recently unboxed. So as you can see, they are a slightly... Ooh, careful. Um, the casting, the actual casting is the same, but the new one here on the left seems to have a little tiny bit more detail to it, with the silver here, the windshield being detailed. You can see the Ford emblem on the windshield down there. Um, just added sponsorships, things like that. Looks a little bit more realistic, but we're not talking about this one today, so we'll put that back. Yeah, very, very, very cool car. And you know, obviously, I don't mind having two, well, three now of these Al Unser Senior's Johnny Lightning Special in my collection. Very cool stuff. So we'll go ahead and switch these around real quick. Or well, I'll put this one up top so we can move it in close. Big fat tires in the back doesn't let it sit on the lift correctly. So this is the Olds 442 official pace car, 54th annual Indianapolis 500-mile race. As you can see on the door there, it says May 30th. I think that says 30th, 1970. So interestingly enough, that happens to be the same that we've seen before. I unboxed this guy a while ago. This is another cat hair. This is another 1970, another cat hair. Another 1970 Olds 442, obviously in white. I do believe that this white paint job is the more historically accurate. I think the yellow might just be like a Johnny Lightning thing that they did for that 2-pack, like a special edition just for the 2-pack. Because I remember seeing a picture on the card for this car of the actual 1970 Indy 500 pace car. But yeah, I really like the yellow. The yellow looks great. Ooh, we got nice little taillight details on there. I love the taillights of the 442, specifically 1970. Those twin slots there. Dual exhaust looks really, really cool. So a very, very cool new car. And I absolutely love that it's a different color. Also has mirrors on it too. That's neat. So we'll take a peek underneath. It should be the same as yeah, 1970 Olds 442, if you can just about make that out there. Should be the same underneath as this guy. Actually, no, the base is a little different. This guy is a little bit older, this yellow one. Interesting. And then we'll take a look at the Indy car. This is our, oh, no, I had it right the first time. There we go, 1970 Indy car, 1996 Playing Mantis. So this is, these two are 1996, whereas this guy is 1999. So that's why you have a bit of a different base on this one. It is a bit newer. Interesting. And then real quick, so the base on this should be, this is the newer Al Unser Senior car. Obviously a blue painted base gives it a bit more of a better look from the side there. Still very cool stuff. So that is our two new Indianapolis Indy 500 2-pack cars there. Take a quick look at our card. We do obviously have Indianapolis right there in the photograph. And then I know I have read this to you guys before, so if you want to go ahead and pause the video on that and give that a read, because I'm going to try and keep this video to a bit more of a shorter video. Sorry, took me forever to think of that. So these are the other 2-packs in the series. So you get the driver, so you would get this car and this pace car. So Mario Andretti in a Camaro, Al Unser in the Olds 442. We just got that one there. There's Al Unser Jr., the 1992, and the Cadillac Alante. So we have seen this 2-pack before. Very cool stuff. Very interesting. So we'll get that card tucked over there because there's no room for it in the box. So let's clean this up and we'll get into Joe Schubeck's Harry Olds. I'm excited about that one. I want to check out that little wheelie stand. All right, guys, this has got to be one of the coolest cars in my collection. And it pains me to say it, but I am not quite sure what model car this is. It's some kind of Oldsmobile. At first I was guessing an F85, but now I don't know because there's turn signals in between the headlights. And I know the old F85s, I'm pretty sure, had just two headlights next to each other. I do have a model of one. There we go. Smack it right off the lift. What a cool car. I do have an F85 like right up there. And I'm looking at it and they kind of look a little different. So leave a comment if you know what model car this was, what kind of Oldsmobile this was or is. This is Joe Schubeck's famous exhibition car, as it says on the box here, or on the card. Joe Schubeck, I imagine, is an exhibition driver. I do have some, I'll pull them down real quick, recently acquired, so you may have seen them in recent videos. Some other exhibition cars, specifically this LA Dart in the back here. This is another Showstoppers, and or Showstopper, as well as this Hemi Underglass, which is a reproduction of a Showstopper, but was actually just recently released. So now we have the Hearst Harry Oldsmobile and the Hearst Hemi Underglass as well. So really cool little combination there. They look great. So as you can see, there's an engine in the rear as well as an engine in the front. So I imagine, based on the picture on the box here, Joe Schubeck's whole gig was he probably did a burnout with the front wheels and then did a burnout with the back wheels and then probably did like a wheelie or something, or did a four-wheel burnout or something crazy like that, you know. Yeah, really cool car. Really, really cool looking. Definitely gonna have to put this on up on the shelf with the rest of the Showstoppers. As you can see in the interior, there's a roll cage in there. A lot of detail on the sponsorship panel on the back. There you go. There's a nice shot of it. A lot of stickers. That means a lot of performance, right? The more stickers you got, the faster it goes. That's the rule of thumb. Oh my goodness. There's your answer. It's a 442. It says 442 much. That's great. Oh, that's clever. That's better than any license plate I've ever seen on a Johnny Lightning. That is fantastic. What a great way to find out what kind of car this is. Yeah, there you go. It's another 442. Obviously, probably a mid-60s model 442. This being the 442 much. That's great. I love that. That's really cool. So we'll take a peek underneath. Pretty simple base under here, but as you can see, you have exhaust for the rear engine as well as the front engine detailed on there. So when you see it from the side, you do have your front and rear side pipes. Really, really, really cool car. I like this thing a lot. So that is, so we'll put that, easy, don't knock the camera over. That is our 3 of our now 4 exhibition cars. And I will show you as well, before I forget, before we get into the box or card. This came with this little thing, the wheel stand, or wheelie stand, excuse me. And it says on the box, bonus wheelie stand works with most 1/64th scale models. So not just this one, most 1/64th scale. So don't be surprised if you start seeing a lot of thumbnails for videos of cars doing wheelies. As you can see, slide wheelie stand tips into rear wheel wells. So I'll go ahead and give you a demonstration of what that should look like. We're going to go ahead and slot these in here. And then you just plop your car like so. And there you go. It's doing a wheelie. That's awesome. Oh, that's so cool. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on it. And there you go. That's a bit of a better angle. That is super cool. I'm going to use this stand on so many different model cars. I can already think of a lot of really cool pictures I can do with this little wheelie stand there. We'll get let's do the dart. Does it fit the dart? Yeah, it seems like it fits most of it. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Very, very cool. And the so I got two of them actually. So our next car that we're going to be unboxing, the Doug's Headers Hemi Express Dodge A100. That comes with one too. So let's clean up this stuff. We'll put our wheelie stand over here for now, and we'll organize this stuff off camera. But next, we are going to open up our authentic replica of Bob Riggle's famous wheel stander, the Hemi Express. Very cool. I mean, seriously, forget the lift. I'll just show it to you guys like this. What a cool thing. So, excuse me. This is, what was it? Bob Riggle's Hemi Express Dodge A100. So this is obviously a pickup truck variation. We will pull the lift over just for, you know, organization's sake. What a cool looking truck. So this is a Dodge A100 pickup truck. I have had quite a few Dodge A100 vans, such as this one right here, as you can see. There's an A100 van. That's an M2, actually. That was one of the ones that I put together myself. This one is much cooler. So you got your big blown Hemi in the back there, you know, supercharger is literally the size of the engine block almost. Obviously a big block Hemi. All kinds of sponsorship decals on the side. I see Krager wheels down there, Flowmaster, obviously Doug's Headers. All kinds of cool stuff. This is a really cool little truck. He has there's a parachute, so the tailgate, I guess, stays down, so the parachute is mounted on that. Obviously a rear-mounted engine, so you can do wheelies. Really, really cool car. They went as far as there's no windows in this thing at all, so another little detail they added. The driver's seat and the steering wheel are in the middle of the truck. So they really spared no detail with this thing. That is super duper cool. Wow. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on. There we go. That might look a little better for you guys. Really, really cool looking truck. So not only am I a big fan of the Dodge A100s just because they're good looking trucks, but this is a really, really cool color. Really nice looking. There's your Dodge lettering across the front there. And then, of course, we will take a peek underneath as well. Really interesting base on this one. We can see we have no year, make, or model listed for anything like that. Big fat slicks in the back, little skinnies up front. Very cool. I think the if you'll notice, the Harry Olds had slicks on all four corners because he does burnouts with the front and rear axle. Whereas this one obviously is only rear wheel drive, so he only has slicks on the rear. Or big fat tires on the rear. I love that they like managed to put that little detail in there. Very cool stuff. Very, very cool stuff. Let me move my hands away so it'll focus. There we go. Starting to figure it out. That looks like, what is that black thing in the back of the bed there? I guess some kind of maybe a fuel cell and some other kind of equipment back there. I don't know. I don't build wheelie cars. Very cool stuff. So I'll show you this one again. We looked at the base, yeah. I'll show you this one on the wheelie stand again. One more time, just a little demonstration of how this works. You just slip it. So these two tabs slip right in. So I look at the car, not the camera. Into the rear wheel wells there. And then you just put it right down on it. And you got yourself a Johnny Lightning doing a wheelie. That does not get old to me. I absolutely love that. I'm going to use these for everything. Maybe I'll get some cotton so I can do some tire smoke too. Although we won't make the same mistake as the Fast and Furious movies where they had him doing a burnout and a wheelie at the same time. Can't have that. Quick look at the card here. We do have a picture of the actual Hemi Express. Very, very cool. So we can compare. Looks pretty accurate if you ask me. Although the real one doesn't have Goodyear lettering on the front tires. But we won't get too technical. And then I forgot to show you guys, this is the card for the Harry Olds. I know we looked at the picture on there, but I didn't read anything off the back. So this is one of the showstoppers, or these are both showstoppers. So I'm just going to read this one here, because we've never actually, I don't think, read a showstoppers card on here. So it says, most drag racers earn their living by speeding from start to finish as quickly as possible, yet there exists a rare breed of men that have decided going up is better than going forward. In fact, they take reaching for the sky to a whole new level. We're of course talking about drag racing's famous wheel standers, the halftime entertainers of drag strips across America. Playing Mantis now brings you Johnny Lightning Showstoppers, 4 wheel-standing celebrities decked out in authentic paint jobs and trim, chrome engines, chassis, and rims, plus white-lettered Real Wheels Series rubber tires. And as a fantastic exclusive bonus, you get a Johnny Lightning wheelie stand so you can display Showstoppers in the up position. Wheelie stands also works with most other 1/64th diecast models. Very cool stuff. And we have 2 wheelie stands now, so we can have 2 cars doing wheelies at the same time together. That will make for some interesting pictures. So, last car for today's video, without knocking stuff over. We have, this is a relatively newer guy. This is a Johnny Lightning Pop Culture series. I don't usually go after the Monopoly cars. This is from, when is this from? 2021, release number 3. Yeah, I don't usually go for the Monopoly cars. I don't like the Monopoly paint scheme. I'm not crazy about it saying go to jail on the side of the car and having the Monopoly guy, but the rest of the paint job is, I guess, okay. But it's such a cool car. 75 Ford Mustang Cobra 2 Racer. What a cool looking car. What an absolutely sick looking car. And it comes with this little Monopoly game token piece too. And I do have a Monopoly set here at my house, so I'll be using that from now on. But yeah, I just couldn't pass up on this thing. It is such a cool looking car. I absolutely love it. I mean, I'm at the point where I might even, I don't know, I might even strip it down and repaint it. Would you guys leave a comment? Let me know. Would you guys be interested in watching me do like customs or anything like that, like custom painted cars or something like that? Leave a comment. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about maybe once in a while doing a custom car. I've done them before and found some success. So yeah, leave a comment. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing me do a custom painted Johnny Lightning or something of that nature. But anyway, for the time being, we're going to get this guy opened up and on the lift. All right, so here is our 75 Ford Mustang Cobra 2 race car. Quite a mouthful there, but quite a car as well. This thing is extremely wide. To put it in perspective, so there it is on the lift. It is taking up the entire width of the lift, whereas usually, say for instance, this Dodge A100, which is a bit of a larger, larger size vehicle, doesn't even, cover the width of it. This car is insanely wide. When we take a look at the base, it'll probably put it in perspective for you guys a lot better. Really, really cool looking car. I absolutely love every single line on this car. Like I said, I'm not crazy about the paint job on it. It says, do not pass go to jail. Mr. Monopoly is the driver, apparently. I don't know. I have those these water slide decals from that cheetah, if you guys remember. Maybe maybe I'll strip this down. Maybe I'll strip the paint off of this and give it my own old Greg's diecast custom paint job. Something like that. I don't know, maybe. Leave a comment. Let me know if you guys think I should repaint this thing. I'm not super into the Monopoly theme. I'm not into the collectability of the Monopoly theme. I know there's probably some of you going, oh, well, that's super collectible. It's a special, pop culture series. And honestly, there was like 27 of these on the shelf when I was in Target. I know they're getting a bit hard to find, being release number 3 from 2021 there. They are getting a little hard to find, and the Mustang Cobra was a very popular one. So I'm sure the scalpers are sucking these guys up, but I could, like I always say, I don't plan on reselling, so to me, their value is out of the box and the way I like them. So maybe I'll give this one a new paint job. We'll see. Anyway, though, really, really cool looking car. I'm not quite 100% sure what series this you would see these Mustangs in, being the mid-70s. Obviously, they weren't NASCAR or anything like that, or any kind of drag racing stuff that I would know more about. But we do have some facts about Monopoly. Fun facts. Going to jail means moving across the board, not pass and go, not collecting $200, and your turn is over. We're learning to play Monopoly tonight, guys. Staying in jail can be a good way to avoid landing on other players' properties while still collecting rent when people land on yours. So that's very important. That's a strategy, Monopoly strategy tips, guys. Make sure you get your notepads out and write that down next time you're at board game night. You got a little ace up your sleeve when they pull out the Monopoly board. This is the rest of the cars in the series. We have the 32 Ford Highboy Coupe. I've seen that. It's a zinger. I don't really like the zingers either. The 75 Mustang, 74 Dodge Monaco Bluesmobile. That's from the Blues Brothers. The Chicago Police 75 Dodge Monaco, 48 Tucker Torpedo, and 62 Sunbeam Alpine. And then this was the Pop Culture Release 2 from last year. You got James Bond's cars all covered in bullet holes. The Clue, Acura Integra, looks like a Chevy wagon. What is that? 55 Chevy Nomad. Speed Racer's car. That's kind of neat. Yeah, I'm not super crazy about the pop culture cars. They're usually kind of cheesy, but I just couldn't say no to this one. This is such a cool casting. It has mirrors. Like, come on. So, real quick, and then obviously no license plate on this. I don't think we had a single license plate in the whole video today. Yeah, no license plates on anything. So, here is the base, and like I said, that ought to give you an appreciation for the width of this car. There's a regular car for scale there. This thing is absolutely enormously wide, being that it's a race car, Very, very cool stuff. So we are rolling right up to about 29, almost 30 minutes here. So I think we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this video up, guys. But yeah, again, sorry about the hiatus, Again, I've just been super busy. So, oh, real quick, before we go, I'll show you the little Monopoly piece that came with the Mustang. So now I have my own little Mustang Cobra 2 to use when I play Monopoly. I wish it was a solid piece, but then it would probably cost more. Ugh. But yeah, it's a little casting shell thing, but that's pretty cool. That's what it would look like without all the stupid Monopoly paint job on it. Looks way better. So let's get these 5 new cars into the parking garage for one final look, guys. All right, so here we have, starting off, the 1970 Olds 442. That is the official pace car from the Indy 500. Like I said before, I think that might be a different paint job. I believe the original car was white, not yellow. Next up, we have, once again, Al Unser Sr.'s Johnny Lightning Special. He was the winner from the 1970 Indy 500. Next up is the Monopoly Mobile, the 1975 Ford Mustang Cobra II Racer. Quite a mouthful of a name there. We have Joe Schubeck's Hurst Harry Olds 442 with the twin engines. And then last up, right up here upstairs, we have the Dodge A100. I'm not quite 100% sure on the year on that one, but that is Bob Riggle's Dodge A100. Already doing a wheelie with the little wheelie stand. Very cool stuff. Possibly my favorite. It would have to be, my favorite is either this one or the Oldsmobile down here. Let me know in the comments, guys, which car was your favorite today. And, ooh, easy there. I don't want to drop the camera. And go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure you're hitting that subscribe button for me too, guys. And I will see you in the next video.